Hello everyone, welcome back to the Nexans. So just like our last video, we are still gonna continue with a recap of episodes of Dark. Last one was more like for the entire season 1. We did a recap, and this one here we're gonna do the episode number 1 for season 2, and we'll also do episode 2 and 3. But we want to get caught up, make sure we understand what was going on in the previous episode before we move on to the next episode. Which is episode number 4. The episode number 4 will come out on time. We're not going to skip any week or anything like that. This is just to fill that time between that. We just wanted to get caught up because if I remember correctly, episode 4 has some shit goes down in that episode. It's good to get caught up on things. But we try to just go and refresh on that particular episode, what happened. Akash, do you have any thoughts, or do you want to just jump into what the hell happened?
Yeah, let's jump in. I'm excited to get a better foundation here. My foundation's broken.
Fantastic. Yeah, so basically Jonas is the one who started the cycle instead of destroying it like he wanted to do. I think that's where we end. And let's move on to episode number 1 of season 2, see what happens on this one. So I think we start out with young Noah. They are building the tunnel. He's talking to another man who apparently lost his faith, and then he basically kills him for it because Adam said so. Yeah, I think next up we see Jonas in the post-apocalyptic world in 2053, not in 52, because he traveled in 52 in November. And it has been about 6 or 7 months, or maybe 8 months, 7.5 months, I believe, since that particular event happened. We see him, I think, with a calendar where he marks, on 27th, that's when the apocalypse happens, June 27th. He wakes up, I believe, in June 21st, as the first scene on this episode. So he has like 6 days before the apocalypse actually happens. Everybody dies, and he just desperately wants to go back. We also see a new character, Clausen. He comes to town as a new investigator. Season 1, we lost 3 older characters. One would be Aldrich, the other Helge. He also disappeared. And Jonas, another one who also disappears. And he's taking charge. Charlotte is just sitting there listening to Clausen about doing the investigations and stuff. Katharina, she's also pretty devastated. She's searching the caves for Ulrich and her son. We also see Martha, who breaks up with Bartos. He has something that he's hiding. Martha can feel it, does not know what it is, but we do know that Bartos is working with Noah, and he has seen a lot of things that Noah predicted come to fruition, and he's just as freaked out, but he cannot say anything to Martha about this. Alexander on the nuclear plant. From him, we know that the nuclear plant is going to get decommissioned on the same day the apocalypse happens, on June 27th. And he's bringing back all the barrels of the radioactive waste back to the nuclear plant at that time. We see older Jonas, stranger Jonas, who just dumbfounded himself that nothing worked, comes to meet Hannah and tells her that it is him. Also probably tells her about the time traveling aspect of him. We see young Noah meet older Noah in a church. And we also find out Elizabeth, Charlotte's daughter, in the future. She is the one guarding the nuclear plant, and anybody who enters gets a death penalty. So we see a couple of French delegates getting hanged, which Noah is pretty worried about because that's exactly what his plan is. Not Noah. What the hell? Jonas. And also Martha. She finds all the notes regarding the caves and everything from Ulrich and Katharina. Katharina doesn't really find anything. Then we meet a new figure called Adam. It looks like a potato head. Or like a Deadpool.
Looks like a Red Skull, yeah.
Yeah, Red Skull meets a Deadpool, meets Mr. Potato Head. He basically tells Noah to retrieve some papers from Claudia. Francesca and Magnus are a thing. We see Francesca, she is trying to get some money by just trying to sell the drugs to whoever she can find. Get some money. Magnus is not happy. Everybody is, just hiding their secrets. Charlotte has a picture of Noah with a group of other people as well, so she's looking at that. I don't know if she finds it with the remains of her grandfather, which is Edgy House. So she's starting to question that relationship as well, which is very interesting. That is something that we didn't realize before, that Charlotte was related to Edgy House. That is her grandfather. So we find out in this episode. So probably a new tree structure that we see in this episode. Jonas goes into that nuclear plant, and there is a giant particle just floating inside the plant, wobbling around here and there. We don't know what it is at this point. That's where the episode ends. Any questions?
I have almost no questions. I have those no questions, actually, hilariously enough.
Nice.
Yeah, no, that seems pretty clear. Like, there's nothing really confusing here. I was trying to think of, like, what confused me, but nothing really confused me.
I think that's because we went back to season 1, figured out every detail here and there. We asked a bunch of questions there, so that's
true,
probably
that's
why. So, like I mentioned, we do see a new tree that formed with the Edgy House and Charlotte. Charlotte is related to Edgy House, which I didn't had before. I'm just looking at the family tree on episode 1 for season 2, and it looks identical except for that particular link with Charlotte and Tannhaus. Yeah, that's it. So, so that has been the recap for season 2, episode 1. Akash is all good here. I'm all good here. We'll go ahead and do it for season 2, episode 2. Until then, thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah.